Good evening, heroes and heroines, and welcome to Practising Programming in C, the week daily stream in which I follow Mike Acton's advice from HandmadeCon 2015 to do what it says on the tin: practice programming in C. Joggy's getting hyped. I wonder if Joggy's aware that I've gone live. Possibly he isn't aware. It's activity in HMN, which is always fantastic, and in Dev as well. But I'll go to the Miblo channel and double check that I'm actually coming through, which I have double checked every time. The music today is Risk of Rain. Joggy is aware of this fact. Awesome. So, since Joggy's aware of this fact, I think I better get going, haven't I? 4Coder. I've got it open? No. And, well, I mean, I'll tell you what, I could actually start a new file for BWT. So it's completely different from the RLE one. So BWT, just have to remember to actually build that. And I do need to actually copy over the one build system stuff, because I can never remember this fancy bash syntax stuff. Bash parameter expansion stuff is what it is. Oh no! So how do I do this? It's okay. Right, good. So let's go for it. In main, it's going to take nothing. Yeah, it's taking nothing. I'm not bothered about anything actually. Not bothered about anything. So yeah, we're going to have just a test string, right? And it basically what I'm doing is the Burrows-Wheeler transform. So it's Burrows-Wheeler transform. So let me just give myself a car string. And that's going to be equal to let's see, can I do fortuned? So remember we with a 6 gun, others with a fountain pen. That sounds like a good string to use actually. Now the thing is, can I actually paste this into here? No, of course I can't. And I'll tell you what, actually, I might actually echo this into a file. So this is my BWT corpus, if you like. BWT corpus. Right. And then I will actually, I will read this thing in actually. Just to kind of keep the practice going of like reading a file into a buffer and then using that buffer. So it has to take at least one argument. So if it's not equal to 2, because the first argument is the first argument is the executable. stdio. And it's going to be fprintf to standard error, printing out usage. It's the executable, and then just the input file. And this is going to be args 0. and then we return 1. So if the args is not 2, then we do that and return 1. Just see if this is at all correct so far. Right, good. I suppose I might as well test if that file exists as well. Oh yeah, I've got to do all this business, haven't I? So the input file, so it's a file, which is input in file. And then it's like, if we don't get an in file, fopen on the args1, opening is readable. If we don't get that, then we want to p-error, actually, is what we can do. p-error args 0, and then return 1. Okay, so let's just see if this even builds. Okay. No such file directory in the file. Perfect. Otherwise, we come through here and we've got it open. So at some point we will want to close it, so I might as well just do that. I'll just kill that. So now that we've got that, we want to read it into a buffer. The size. So fseek to the end of the file. In file, offset 0, and seek end. The in size is equal to ftel on the in file. And then we seek back to the start. And at this point we can now populate our buffer. So in buffer we go up to malloc the in size, and then we want to say car start in pointer is equal to, oh no, hang on a second, no, it's just we just f-read, don't we? Beyond Strustrup. Caused frustration. And at this point we can, now that we've read it into the buffer, we can close the in file. Right, so we've read that into the buffer. We now set up a pointer, but before we do that, let me just 100% double check that I'm not going crazy and that I have done that correctly. Oh yeah, God, I need that guy. So that dies, this dies, and the Biduti corpus, oh actually yeah, right. Brilliant. I'm freed it. Gosh. Right, interesting. So let me just see what the error is. Buffer overflow. Heap buffer overflow on address. So fseek. Seek end. We've got it. And the ftel for the in file. So the in size that. With malloc for the in size, we've fread In buffers. In file. Gosh. 3 in buffer. F close in file. Car in buffer is equal to malloc. Beyond Drop caused frustration. Oh wow, so even this is failing. That's interesting. Gosh. Such a shame that I'm already hitting this some bug already. Input file. args1. We are opening that file is readable. Have I? No. Yeah, I mean it's only when I come down to here that it starts to fail. So this is odd. Yeah. fseek in file. There's no offsets to the seek end. At this point we want to ftell. Pretty sure it is ftell. ftell stream. Optimize the current value. Yeah, so this is the right one. fseek this to the seek set. Let's just have 0 stuff. Does malloc succeed? That's a good question. Car in buffer equals malloc in size. If it doesn't succeed, gosh, what am I doing here? 1, 2. So if car... Hang on a minute. Let me just separate these guys out. In buffer. Right. So if this, if so. So let me just see. So this doesn't fail, so the mallet doesn't fail. Do car in buffer. Then next line. Let's see how close this is. If so much for in buffer equals mallet. Yeah, I think that's exactly the same. See, we're just so in sync again, Joggy. Beat you to it. So the malloc succeeds. F-read. In buffer. So it's just the... You see... this is failing. Free the in buffer. What is going on here? Jesus. F-close the in file. Let's just have a look at the error message again. Heap buffer overflow. Shadow backs on the buggy address. Printf the buffer. I mean, surely I need to actually free the buffer, don't I? So that's dying. That isn't dying. So it's a printf that's killing it. The buffer isn't... It's not zero terminated. Null terminated, rather. So we need to do... yeah, I had this problem the other day, didn't I? So we do malloc it. We malloc the in buffer. We read into the in buffer. And then it's like... It's not terminated, yeah. So I want to set like the... So I've read into a buffer that is only the right size for it. So I need to add one to the in size, to the allocation here. Right. In buffer in size. Right, yeah, okay. In buffer in size is equal to a null. Right. That sounds good to me. I wonder why I wasn't hitting this kind of a thing the other week. So it does enter a new line. Okay, fine. So the question is though, do I want the new line at the end of the... Or do I want the null terminator at the end of the line? You know, when I come to actually do the transform, I don't know, I guess I possibly do. Hi Mom, there's something going on. Nibbler's live. Okay. Fine. As long as you remember that it's there, it doesn't hurt. Okay. So the in buffer, that is containing our string. The enc buffer, the enc buffer for now is going to be the... If you're going to do the rotation in a memory efficient way of treating the array as circular, it might be detrimental. Right. Treating the array as circular. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do that. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to remove it for now, which means that I unfortunately won't be able to print effort. Because I just don't want it to mess up the thing that I've got in mind. Believe it or not, I do have something in mind. Basically, the idea is, I don't know this is a sane way of doing it, in fact it's probably a very naive way, I am just going to split the, I'm going to have within the main while loop, I'm going to have two loops within that. The first loop is going to copy the second portion. Hello insofar as. The first loop is going to copy the second half of the string into the decoding buffer, and the second loop is going to copy the first half, and then when you increment I, or whatever, I or J or x-axis, y-axis, it will then move it'll move the split back. So then the second time through, you'd copy the first, so the first time through, you'd copy 0 characters, and then you'd copy like the whole lot. Second time through, it would have moved the thing back. So you copy the final character, like one character, and then the rest. And then the next time through, it'd be like 2 and then the rest. So that's basically my idea. Which is probably super naive, but I hope it'll work. So the in pointer is just going to be just going back and forth. And also I feel like I want to index this by number actually. So instead of having a pointer, I'll just index this by like in buffer I or whatever. Well, you know what I mean. Kind of that idea. So I've closed the file. The buffer is back at this. Yeah, the buffer is always in the same position. So that's not moving. So now I want my matrix, basically. It's like a BWT matrix. Right. Which is going to be the in size times the in size. Is this how I did it? It was, possibly. Okay. So in here, I do want a... Do I? I mean, certainly it's like for int I is equal to 0. X-axis. I was using the axes, wasn't I? Right. So for the y-axis, right? So the y-axis is less than the in size. Right. Yeah. Jockey usually uses indices instead of point increments. Seems more intuitive to me. Yeah, I think I'll see how that goes. So it's like this isn't correct actually. So on when the y-axis is at 0, saying we're counting downwards. It's going to be insize -1, I think, for a start. Oh no, it's less than insize, so that's fine. For excess. Oh right, yeah, that's fine. So for this, we want to have my 2 loops. So basically, right, it's 2 loops. Right, 2 loops. 2 loops. First loop is, well, this is going to be like the second half of string. First half of the string. Right. So to determine the second half of the string, it's going to be still a for loop again. It's basically the same thing. I mean, a for and a while is similar, so you can put more stuff in a for. For the x-axis, so here, x-axis is 0. We just want it to say we're incrementing x up there. X-axis is less than the sorry, this is the second, isn't it? It's the second half. So it needs to be, this has got to equal the insize actually. So it's the insize, right? It's the insize, take away that. This is interesting actually. It's kind of like, it's more like the BWT thing, isn't it? BWT matrix in size. Compare to the x-axis. BWT matrix in size. Inside. This is kind of a bit interesting to think about actually. So I've got my string here. Like, my test string. And I want to be saying, hang on a minute. That this thing here is where it starts. So the test string is the size of the buffer. Right, it's in buffer. So it's the size of the in buffer. It's while the x-axis is it's while the x-axis is between the size of the in buffer take away x-axis. No, that can't be right. It's so interesting because, like, when I was like thinking about this, I was thinking that it seemed so intuitive, and I was like, this is just going to totally work and be dead easy. But when you actually come down to doing it, it's like a bit more tough to actually wrap your head around. Basically, the idea here is like the first half. Let's just oh, I can't print Epic, can I? God damn it. I'm pretty sure this y-axis thing is fine, because it's just going to be going down as many times as it needs to do. I know that I need 2 for loops. And once we've done the 2, we can increment x. We can increment this. We can, sorry, increment y. So at this point, x has to be equal to... x-axis has to be equal to... Maybe I need more pointers. It feels weird though, this. You just fancy the rotation right? Yeah, I am, yeah. So basically what I'm trying to do here is to come into this whole loop, and then I want to be shuttling back and forth on this. Basically, first of all, outputting... Yeah, I am, yeah. So the first thing I want to output here is the... Oh, hang on a minute, I'm building the matrix in here, aren't I? Right. So it's the matrix at the... I think I might have to play with which way around these guys go. So this is kind of what I'm doing here. I'm trying to build up the matrix based on the string. So it's the in buffer. And that is going to have some index. So this is going to be like the x-axis, I think. It's going to be the x-axis. No, it's going to be the insides. Take away the x-axis. This thing should be increasing the x-axis. Wait a minute. Oh no, because I need to be doing the two halves. The insides take away the x-axis is not going to be the correct thing at the moment. In buffer. In size. So on the second time round, x-axis will have... Sorry, this is correct. No, this is correct. Because it's like in size, x-axis is 0. So it's taking off 0. So it should put nothing, right? For the second half of the string should put nothing the first time around. So I think that's correct. And then for the second half of the string, use Y as an offset of rotation and use mod to treat in buffer as circular. Right. Okay. Well, just hold on just a second. Just let me see if I can get this thing to work. I feel like this is kind of close. In buffer. Actually, this ain't correct. It's not equal to in size take away x-axis. It's just equal to the x-axis. Right. And it's the loop that has to be the in-axis take away x-axis. The in size take away x-axis. And then the next time round. So this time, it's like for x-axis is equal to in size take away x-axis. No one knows what was going on. Disregarders. No, you're probably right. You're probably right in that would be the best way of doing it. X-axis is equal to... Yeah, it's not though, is it? 'Cause it's not like... I do need to be setting the x-axis each time. The x-axis should become 1. If we're on the first line, actually, we could use y. Yeah, we could use y, right. So, because y is the thing that's going to be like 0, and that's going to be consistently going up. like from 0, it's going to be 0 here, and it's going to stay 0 all the way down, until, all the way down to wherever, here, and then the next time it's going to be 1, so we can use that. So x-axis is going to be equal to, yeah, I think that's more like it. It's going to be equal to the inside, take away the y-axis. So that should position it at the end. Yeah, this is more like it, right? X-axis, while that is less than or equal to the insize, we want to increment it. Okay. And that will do this business here. I think that's more correct, right? For this loop, x-axis is going to be set to the, it's got to be incrementing. It's going to be x-axis equal to the 0 basically. It's going from the start. And x-axis has to be less than the insize take away y-axis. Right? I kind of feel like that's what I want. See if that builds even. No. Where's that? The y-axis. Y-axis is less than the insize. Plus what's the y-axis? Yeah, what does that look like? Expression result unused. Is it? I'm using it right here. What's the other error? Oh. For y-axis. Y-axis less than insize. Plus what's the y-axis? This is kind of interesting. Because I am using the y-axis in the thing. Okay. Fine. Should I just see what this does? I feel like I'm building up the BWT matrix there. Well, let's see if it crashes first, actually. It doesn't crash. So let's see GDB it. Unless, can I actually just print the matrix? I might be able to print the message. Let's just see. BWT matrix. Alright. Let's try and run it in CGDB. CGDB args. Right. Can I just print the matrix? Wow, my first quote. So let's go down to Why aren't these lined up? Same, I wonder. I wonder if that could be an issue. For this, just have a look at it. For this, for all this stuff. Could it be getting mixed up because of this? I wonder. Oops. Let's just quit. Where am I? Over there. Right, okay, so these seem alright now. So let's pop a breakpoint here, and that still doesn't look correct. What's going on there? I don't even know. Let's run. So we haven't hit the first one, which is as to be expected because the first one was 0. It was like the second half of the string would have been 0 length, so it hasn't bothered to do that. We actually want to print the matrix. Print this guy. Do step over that. The matrix is. What was the thing again that you could do? Was it watch to begin with? Or show, was it? No. Don't know. X-axis is always equal to 0. Yeah, that is what I want there. Display. Cheers. Oh right, yes, this is going through. I see. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not actually showing anything, is it? What is PWT matrix at the moment? It's 2D, it's harder to print. Right, I see, yeah. Why is it? Oh, what? Display. Yeah, display PW. Right. I just got the indexing the wrong way around, I wonder. You know, because I'm not seeing anything that is making any sense to me at all. We're still going through the first half of the string here. Maybe display that to see if the first row would work. Display, PWT. Oh, it's because there's multiple things on the... Display that to see the first row. Can I perform pointer math on incomplete types? Try casting to a known type or void. So that's print off. Oh, and it's print off and you can't find pointer, I think. Took a gander at this. Let's have a gander. It's probably a working solution. This is a test. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I won't study that just at the moment. See, I told you that you're a good programmer, Joggy. Let's just try swapping. Yeah, I mean, even if I do the swap, it's still not correct at all. Oh, sorry, no, it could be because. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's I'll tell you what. Let's actually write the BWT matrix out to a file. Yeah, let's do that. So this is going to be fopen on, yeah, let's just give it another arc. Open it for reading, writing rather. I'm not going to bother error checking it, honestly. I just want to get this thing doing something. Right. Art file FOV, and we want to write this out. Yeah. The size of the BWT image is x-axis times in size times y size. Yeah. Right. This should work. Beyond Strue's job. Caused frustration. I mean, that isn't an excuse at the moment because I'm not using any C++. So writing that out to the file. Close it. The in buffer is the only thing that I've mallocked, I believe. Does this build? It does build. So, some men, isn't it? So, right. Let's see what's happening here. BWT matrix. It jumps over here. X equals 0. While x-axis is less than the in size minus the y-axis, plus we'll say x-axis. x-axis is equal to the in size minus y-axis. Yeah, I mean it is the first half of the string that it's printing out. For x-axis is equal to 0, x-axis is less than the in size minus y-axis. Plus the x-axis. X-axis, y-axis. I mean, I could try just swapping these guys around. Because that was one of the things, wasn't it? I was like... No, I wasn't sure if I'd done that correctly. Right. So that was the problem. I was indexing those incorrectly. Some men rob you with a 6-gun. And these are actually... It's the right thing. Right. Perfect. Well, I mean, I say perfect, I mean it's not in the least bit correct, but... Not quite sure I understand how that isn't, well, I'm not sure how that's printing out the same stuff. Because we set y-axis to 0 once, right? Once we enter this loop, we don't set it again. Y-axis less the inside, so that's fine. Plus the y-axis. That feels correct. Miblerino, hello. Mickle, rather. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to... I'm not going to even try and pronounce Yorkshire. So much easier when you just... when you show up as F Yukon. Or this drunk Dane, actually. Because I can... You know, F Yukon is an English word. I can totally say that. So the order of the day here is the Burrows-Wheeler transform, by the way. I've managed to... The original Mibs life, yeah. I've managed to read... So I've got this test string. Well, actually it's in a file, actually. Some men rob you with a 6-gun, others with a fountain pen. I managed to read that in. So that's here, yeah, it's this kind of stuff here, reading the thing, yeah, so I open the file, read it into this buffer, and then close the file. Yeah, man. See, I wasn't joking when I said I invoked it. Am I dropping frames? Oh, I am actually, yeah. 1730. That's unfortunate. Wonder why that would have been. Am I downloading anything? I'm uploading at that speed. That's a bit of a higher speed than usual. Not sure. 1730. Hopefully it will settle down. How long have I been going actually? Go for an hour. So yeah, I've read this thing in, and I'm now trying to populate this BWT matrix array. Why exactly are there two in a loop? Right, okay. So the idea of this is that, well, I can use this string here, right? What it's supposed to do is it comes into this for loop here, and this is like for each line going down. So it's like this is the y-axis. The opposite direction in the modulo style. Right. Okay. Possibly. Yeah. So I'm going to start off at the top of the y-axis. So the y-axis is 0. We're saying that it's going like downwards, or for you probably like that direction. So like y equals x, y equals 0, and x equals 0 is like up in the top left corner, which is like up here. Well, basically what it's supposed to be doing, or what I'm hoping it to make it do, is to come into the loop on the first line and output. It's going to put the second half of this line into the BWT matrix, and the second half of the line will be the very end, basically, and then it will go to the start of the line and output the first half, which will be the whole line on the first y-axis thing. Then you increment y, say onto the second line, and then the idea is that it starts, the second half of the line will be the N, and the first half will be all the way up to the E, and then the second half, and then again you increment. So basically you're kind of going down in a diagonal pattern like this until you've like done it all, until you've outputted the whole thing. Which is exactly why it's not working. BWT matrix, it is just doing the same stuff, isn't it? Rather than setting the y-axis and the x-axis, I actually want to be just incrementing BWT. Right? I want to be iterating directly through it. That's what I've been doing wrong, right? It's not actually half. That's what. Yeah, it's not actually half. No, it's just they're going to be split. So it's going to be like some of it is going to be like, it's like a window really, and the window is in total like, well, the two windows are going to total the full size, but where the splitters will change. Let me just pop on some. Can you think of BLT? Am I saying BLT as I'm doing it? I'm going to put on limbo. That's nice and haunting. Right, where's my cursor? I'm over here. So I'm saying BWT correctly. Okay. It's just insofar as canal. Right, we have a different approach here, folks. This is going to be the BWT pointer. Is going to be at the start of the BWT matrix. Because I think this was the whole problem, right? All I'm doing here is I'm actually filling up this array. I'm filling up the matrix, putting the actual stuff in exactly the places that it should be in, or in exactly the places that it is originally in, rather than actually populating the matrix in the way that I want to be doing, if that makes sense. So basically all this means is that I have to be doing, instead of doing this, I have to be doing BWT pointer plus plus is equal to this. That's what actually, that's what I want. Of course it isn't. Should be the value of that. Is it a double star? No. Oh dear. Incompatible font size. BWT. Oh, it's this guy. Right, fine. Is it just that, or is it this? Is it that? Right. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try this. So it built. Let's try and run the thing. It did succeed. If I cap that, right? Fucking hell, this is it. I think it's roughly right. So it's somewhere maybe with one of those fanfare. And then instead of no, it's starting off with the S. Right, so that isn't quite right. Yeah, it is a car star. Yeah, essentially. Because it's a 2D matrix, this guy here, it's an insize by insize. I'm not quite sure what is happening here though. Like, we've got something going on. Somewhere this is going to be front to end. The new line. I wonder if this is actually correct, but it's just not looking correct because it's actually inserting the new lines. If you know what I mean, because it ends with a new line. Like the what is it? It's the PWT corpus. Right, this guy, it actually ends with a new line. So it's going to actually put that into the encoding. Let's just hex curse the this guy. I don't know if this would be any easy to read though. Some men want probably with a 6-gun. I could probably do with a bit of a shorter string actually just to test it. What would be easy? I suppose actually A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Well, should we just do the first half? Well, it's on it. Q R S T U V W X. I mean, it's still quite a long string, so maybe maybe just this would suffice for now. BWT corpus. Right. And then if I if I cat that guy. Second bottle. Yeah. Let's hex curse it. So, right. So we've got this stuff here, and it ends with a new line, and then it's putting the new line at the start of that thing, and then it's writing up to there, and then it's writing this, and then doing these guys up to here, and then it's doing this, and this. Right, so this is what I want actually. This is actually what I want. Yeah. Did that make any sense to anybody? I mean, I understand what was going on now, I think. I mean, I can totally see, like, all of this stuff being really confusing. A bit. The new line is just getting moved as well. It is, yeah. Yeah. So it's printing incorrectly. Yeah, that's correct, yeah. It's printing incorrectly, yeah. But it's actually correctly being moved. If that makes sense. So this is the whole string. It's all that and then that, and it's gonna be that up to the G. Yeah. Whereas before, right, when I was just doing the BWT matrix, when I was trying to write into the BWT matrix, indexed at the x-axis and the y-axis, it was putting all the stuff like corresponding to, you know, like when I was iterating through the x-axis and the y-axis, it was just putting all the stuff into the places where they should kind of originally have been, if that makes sense. But now that I've got this, I wonder, because this is my matrix. The matrix is now built. I want to be able to. I mean, there's no way. I'm not going to do this whole thing now. Actually, the next step will be to sort the rows. It's to sort all the rows by the first character of them. But let me just see how much time I've got left for a start. I've got 14 minutes. Let's see if I can just index into the BWT array, sorry, the BWT matrix, and print out those first characters of each line. So that's basically going to be, it could even be a printf, it could be for something, printf it. Right. And we're basically printing f. Well, actually, it's kind of like, it's just going to be the in size, isn't it? So it's just going to be a simple while int I, while int I is equal to 0. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than or maybe equal to the in size, I'm not sure. Plus I. And then we're going to printf. It's going to be the BWT matrix. At okay, so I'm probably not going to remember this. It's going to be, it's like the 0 and x and what, I. Right. It's something like that. Let's try the other way around. Right. So this is printed out an A, then a new line, then the G, F, E, D, C, B. Okay. I can kind of believe that that's correct. So basically all that's done is it's printed off the first character in each line. Is that correct? Hang on a minute, let me just see what hex curse says about it. It's the first character. Yes, this will be correct. This will be correct because it's doing like, it's going like the first character and then it's going to be printing out the new line, and then it will print out the penultimate character, and it's going to keep going back like that. So this seems correct to me. The next step is going to be doing the sort. Should I try and do, just writing the sort again? I suppose it could be a worthwhile thing to do. Let's try it. So it's going to return a car star, which is going to be the sorted string. Yeah, I actually need the thing going. What is it? It's a sort. And it's going to take the it's going to take a car star string and the length. Now, is this still correct? Okay, it's going to return a string. Blimey. So interesting to actually be doing this whole thing again. Is it even that? Oh, am I actually trying to sort each individual string? Or am I trying to sort the matrix? I'll be trying to sort the matrix. I'll be trying to sort the rows in the matrix. So yeah. Yeah, I basically want to make it so that yeah, that is the correct way to do the BWT, isn't it? So basically I'm going to have each row of the matrix, and I'm sorting each row by, like, the first character. Is the value of string? Is greater than the value of string.j. So I don't really want a function that sorts a string array. Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, a string is already a character array, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, it's basically the sort will be, it'll be on the width of the matrix. So I'll be sorting. I'd have to be, when I do the swap, right? When I do the when I swap the stuff, I'll have to be moving. I have to be iterating over the entire, all the characters in the width of the matrix on that row, and then swapping those with wherever they need to go, according to how these guys in the first, like at the start of the line, according to how they sort. If that makes sense. What is happening here, I wonder? Do I need a result? Should I just not be car result is equal to kind of feel like I just want to be working directly on the string here actually and return the string. This takes whatever, it's a void A and void B. Is that possible actually? I don't remember doing this. I remember it being a void function because it just did it in place. Let's do it as a car. Chat. God, where's that? String conversion. Right. It's this guy. Right. Okay. And then swap, right? It'll just be like a car temp is equal to the value at A. Car A is equal to B, and car B is equal to the value at temp. No. Redefinition of A. And also redefinition of B, right? Car temp is equal to A. Yeah, right. I seem to remember having a bit of tomfoolery going on with that. Let's just see what happens if I throw this into the sort. I haven't thought about this at all, actually. So it's possible that's completely nonsense. But after doing all this crap, let's just let's take the. It's gonna be hopefully sorted array is going to be equal to sort. I'm going to pass the. So I need to take car star as parameter, otherwise it won't matter for anything. Damn it! So I forgot that. Okay. Right. Okay. Swap string, and it needs to pass it like this. Where's that? That was just down there. Hopefully it's just an array. So I'm going to sort. What's my buffer called? It's probably just in buffer, maybe. I don't know. And the length in size. And then just for fun, let's just. Can we print that? Actually, I'll tell you what. Why not just print the BWT matrix? Ah, right. Really? Ah, damn. Okay. Because it's too wide. Yeah, right. Let's not do that then. Yeah. Because that's the issue I'm gonna have. Let's see if I can do the printf. Can I do the printf? I probably can't because the in buffer isn't null terminated. Jesus. This is a bit of a, it's a bit of a derail, this is. Hopefully sorted array. Type car. Okay. Blimey. Free the imbuffer. Oh, the imbuffer's freed. That's funny. Yeah. That would help if I just put it down there. So let's see if this crashes. I suspect it will. Yeah, good. And the reason for that is that hopefully sorted array does not end in a null terminator. So what that means is that I need to do hopefully sorted array at the in size is equal to a null terminator. Printf. Oh wow. Gosh. That sounds fascinating. So you're saying do this dot asterisk s inside. Oh, I see. So it's taking the size. Interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, and now unfortunately, because it's just sorted it, because I've done A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah. Let's just try that again. What was my string again before? Some men rob you with a gun. Let's throw this into the BWT corpus. BWT corpus. Right. Let's run this. Yeah, it's not sorted it. Right, fine. Car. God. If that is string at this is greater than string not thingamajig. Yeah, that's eminently possible. Oh, the swap. Was it this? Could have been that. Wow. Okay, so what's that done? That's quite interesting. I don't know. So the point is not the values. Right. Okay, so yeah, I think I've changed that to be correct. Was it something like this, actually? See, do you remember having to use... Yeah, I did have to use the ampersand. The value... So that's a pointer. God. I suppose I should actually think about how to do the sort again. If it's taking a string, taking a length, for in I equals 0, I is less than the length, plus I. Let's go through. For int j is equal to I, so that's going to be 0. J is less than the length, plus j. car temp is this, and then wow, okay. Awesome. Cheers, that was it. So this was correct, interestingly enough. And this looks kind of sorted to me. Obviously, like, S is not sorted in the correct place because, well, I mean, it is because it's like a lower number in ASCII. Yeah, but I mean, that's basically it, isn't it? So, yeah. But I've been going for like an hour and 20 now, an hour and a half. I've dropped 1730 frames in total. So that's no more than I had before. But yeah, I think I'll call it a day there and come back to this tomorrow. So what have I learned today? I've learned how to build that matrix manually. Print effort. So really tomorrow is going to be a case of sorting the rows by the first character in the row. And then once I've done that, it is outputting the final characters to a file. Or rather, kind of outputting that, and then I want to be RLEing that final line, because that's the entire point of this thing. You know, the whole point is to BWT it to send to the RLE, and then hopefully it should output like a smaller file than just RLEing would have done. Yeah, and obviously because this is just straight up sorted, these are going to have runs. So I'm going to have each rotation of the file. So I'm sorting each rotation. But I mean, I've got to be honest, I still don't really understand how BWT works. I mean, I don't understand why it gives you like longer runs of stuff, or how it's reversible for that matter. But hopefully through the course of doing this I'll understand how it works. Yeah, but anyway, that is all for today. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being heroic. Thank you very much for being helpful. And thank you very much for just being you. Until tomorrow, farewell for now.